Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody with a dream that wants to go forward and accomplish that dream. Now, the things I'm going to talk about on today's episode are going to be pretty hard to accept. They're going to be pretty hard to believe, pretty hard to receive, and pretty hard to practice. I say that from personal experience. I use personal experience with a lot of episodes on this podcast, Mogul Motivation. And it's true because the things I'm about to talk about, they aren't tangible. You know, we as humans, we love tangible things. We love things that can be explained. You know, we love things that have, if it's a problem, it's a concrete solution that we can see on paper. For example, like math, there's a system to add, to subtract, to divide, to multiply. As humans, we need to see something tangible. We need to see proof. We need to see something on paper that's going to get us from A to B, that's going to get us from this problem to the solution. Now, what does that mean? It means is we live in a capitalistic world, a capitalistic society, a capitalistic country. Capitalism is a system that had been created long before any of us were born. We were born into this system of capitalism. And because we were born into this system of capitalism, because we did not create this system of capitalism, we are forced to survive the best we can in this system of capitalism. That's why we work jobs. That's why we started our businesses, right? Because we have to make money to have our basic needs. Housing. Even though housing is a human right, we need money for housing. We need money to pay our rent. We need money to pay our mortgage. We need money for food. Even though food is a human right, we need money to buy food. We need money to purchase food. We need money to cook this food. We need money to survive and thrive. That's why we work a job. No one works 10-hour shifts. No one works 2-3 jobs. No one has all these side hustles because they choose to. I know people out there are going to say, yes, I choose to. I want this money. I need to get this money. Yes, you need to get this money because you need to meet your needs, because you need to survive within a capitalistic country, society, and world that you were born into. This is why you have a job. This is why you started a business. This is why you have multiple jobs. This is why you have multiple side hustles. This is why you have all these streams of income that we have been programmed to believe that we need, because we have to survive. Now, the unfortunate thing is you do everything you can. You work this job. You put in all this time, this effort, this energy into your business. You have all these side hustles. You're doing everything you can, and you still cannot get above water. You still can't stay afloat. You still can't get ahead. You still can't get over that hill. It's frustrating. You're still drowning in debt. You're about one paycheck away, one missed payment away from falling into even more debt, from being impoverished. There's so many people in our country, in our communities, in this world that are broke or impoverished. So many people, ladies and gentlemen, while the wealthy hoard all of the resources, all of the money. You need money for healthcare. The list can go on and on. But nonetheless, this is why we need money. This is why you work your job. This is why you started your business, because you need money. I need money. We all need money. Credit scores control our lives. Overdraft fees rob us every single day. We need money. And when you have done everything that you can do, and yet you still can't get there, what do you lean on? What do you rely on, ladies and gentlemen? When every institution, every system tells you no, what do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in this game for 10 years. I've been in the negative before. My credit has dropped 50 points, 60 points before. It's been a lot of lows on my journey. It's been a lot of lows in my life. But I always bounced back from those lows. I always came back from the abyss, from those slimy pits of debt and oppression before. How did I do it? How did others do it? How can you do it? Like I said at the top of the episode, it's nothing tangible, but it's something that's real. And that's why I want to talk about it, because I know it's real, because I experienced it before. I'm experiencing it right now. You have to have a pocket full of hope. You have to have pockets full of hope. Yeah, hope, okay, whoop-de-doo, ooh, yeah, hope don't pay the bills. Hope not gonna get me out the negative. Hope ain't gonna get my credit score up. Hope ain't gonna pay my rent. Hope ain't gonna pay my mortgage. Hope ain't gonna pay my car note. Hope ain't gonna pay none of these things. I get it. It's not tangible. It's not currency. It's not money. But you need pockets full of hope. You know why you need pockets full of hope? Because you have to understand that when you've done all that you can do, sometimes you have to surrender and let God take it from here. It's really that simple. It's hard to accept when you're in the negative, when your credit score drops, or when you got a 5-day notice, or when your mortgage is due. I get it, because I've been there. In many of those situations and more that I'm not going to name. I've been there. It's hard to accept. How is Hope going to pay my bills? How is Hope going to pay this hospital bill? How is Hope going to pay for this funeral? Hope ain't going to pay for that. But what I'm going to tell you is Hope is going to recalibrate your thinking. It's going to recalibrate your vision, and it's going to pull you through this dark abyss. How's it going to do that? Because when you have pockets full of hope, you think back on similar situations like I talked about on another episode, and you realize how you came out of those situations. You realize that a negative bank account is not going to kill you. You realize that even though you missed this payment, it's not going to kill you. You realize that because you lost money, it's not going to kill you. Money is fleeting. Money is not permanent, but what is permanent is your peace. What is permanent is your joy. When you have pockets full of hope, it recalibrates that vision. It reminds you of the things that really matter. When you know what really matters, when you know that despite the fact you're in the negative, despite the fact that a credit score has dropped 50 points, credit scores that's been around since 1989, by the way. When you think about all these things, these made up, man-made constructs do not control your joy, do not control the end game and a happy ending for your life. You will understand that this is a temporary problem and the solution is going to be everlasting. So yes, your bank account is in the negative right now. Yes, you're behind on your bills. Yes, the rent is due. Yes, the mortgage is due. Continue to do what you can while you can. And when you can't do nothing else, dig deep into those pockets full of hope. Allow your faith to take it from here and continue to focus on the future. So yes, you're in a storm right now, but that hope, that faith is going to remind you what you can do better going forward. You can budget better. You can do things differently so you can earn more money in your business or with your job. And slowly but surely, everybody wants to talk about soft lives now. Soft life is another trendy phrase now on social media. I want a soft life. Slowly but surely, you're going to go from these hard times into those soft times. Slowly but surely, it's going to change in your favor. Your mindset and your mind has to be recalibrated. And the best way to recalibrate it is to dig deep in those pockets full of hope, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to tell you, it's nothing tangible. It's hard to receive right now. I understand. It's hard to listen to right now. I get it. But I've been in too many situations in my life and in my entrepreneurial journey where this has worked for me. And I know it's going to work again for me. And I know it can work for you. You have to recalibrate your mindset. Tell yourself that this is not going to kill you. You are still here. You still have breath in your body. You still have lungs that works. You still have a heart that functions, and you still have a clear mind. And you still have the desires and the mission put on your heart by God. And as long as you still have another day, you can still improve. Just because you're in a negative bank account right now does not mean out of nowhere you can get a blessing, a financial blessing that could change your life tomorrow, that can change your life in this hour, at any given second. That's another Mogul Motivation episode. At any given second, your life can go from bad to great, but you have to truly believe that you deserve that great life. You have to truly believe that you deserve this soft life that everybody talks about on social media now. You have to truly believe that you have put in enough blood, sweat, and tears, that you have struggled enough. You've been on the struggle bus long enough. You have to truly believe that despite everything you've been through, you deserve better days. You have to believe that for yourself. You have to believe that better days exist. You're not struggling because you're lazy. You're not struggling because you're not working hard enough. You're struggling because struggle is a part of life. That's a fact. We all gonna struggle. But you are struggling because you have bought into the lies that the systems and the institutions have fed you, and you have believed that you don't deserve better. You have believed that you are not worthy of better. You have believed that you cannot do better, and you can do better in your business, in your life, in whatever it is that you're striving for. Better can come and it will come, but you have to dig deep into those pockets full of hope, ladies and gentlemen. You have to believe it for yourself. You have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to believe that these things will change in your favor. So yes, you might be in a negative right now, but you ain't gonna be in a negative tomorrow. Yes, your rent is due, but guess what? Your rent is gonna be paid. Yes, your mortgage is due. Your mortgage is gonna get paid. Everything you desire is going to happen exceedingly and abundantly more than what you can think or imagine. Continue to imagine reality, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to dig deep in those pockets full of hope, because sometimes that's all you got anyway. Sometimes you ain't got no money. Sometimes you ain't got no credit. Sometimes you literally have nothing but a pocket full of hope that's going to pay everything and get you over this hump. It's going to change the tide in your entrepreneurial journey and in your life. It's hard to surrender and let go. It's hard to delegate. It's hard to take your hands off the steering wheel. But sometimes that's the best thing that we can do in our lives. And sometimes that's the only thing we can do in our lives. So that's my message this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you are going through in your entrepreneurial journey, whatever you're going through in your personal life, I promise you, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to steal your joy. Everything you're stressing over is fleeting. But your peace is going to be everlasting, and your peace has already been provided. Just dig deep in those pockets full of hope. Continue to pray. Continue to fellowship with like-minded individuals. Continue to lean on your faith. Continue to trust that God hears what you're going through, sees what you're going through, and God has already pulled you out of this abyss. Today is not going to last forever, but tomorrow is coming. And once tomorrow gets here, that better is going to be present in your life. So if this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for two things as always. Number one, leave a 5-star review. And number two, pass it on to a friend who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you next week.